Welcome to Media Dialogues. I promised we'd be exploring the metaverse at regular intervals, so here is another edition of Making the Metaverse. We know it's being built by multiple stakeholders: big tech, electronics majors, gaming companies, content creators, developers, as well as individual businesses. To find out what this massive digital transformation entails, how much it will cost, the up and downside, I'm talking today to Accenture's Chief Executive for Technology and Chief Technology Officer, Paul Daugherty. Accenture operates out of 50 countries, consults diverse industries across functions from aerospace and defense to life sciences, consumer goods and services, and retail, to name just a few. Its revenues have just come in last year, that ended August 2022, was over $61 billion. And with that, Paul, thank you for joining us on this show. And we're going to talk about the metaverse conceptually first before we get into specifically Accenture's plans. Does that work?
That's fantastic. Thanks for having me on the program. Great to spend some time with you, Anuradha.
Thank you. Paul, you know, digital technology coupled with advances in telecommunications has fundamentally changed the way we behave as individuals and as businesses. Given that background, what are the key impacts or changes that the metaverse is going to bring?
Yeah, the metaverse is really burst onto the scene quickly in some ways, but it's also been around for a while, and maybe we can unpack that as we talk during the discussion. And I've been in this business for a long time. I've been in technology for over 30 years, and to be honest, I've never seen the business interest in any topic accelerate as fast as it has around the metaverse. And the reason for that is that we're in this mega cycle of technology adoption that we've been in for a while, and that's continuing. And companies are reinventing the way that they do business, applying digital technology, the cloud, data, artificial intelligence, and more. And as they do that, we have to remember that technology advancement continues at a really rapid pace. And the metaverse is really positioned to be another step and a big step change in terms of the capabilities that can help businesses, help enterprises even further reinvent themselves. And I believe that the way that companies approach the metaverse will determine the winners and losers as we look at this mega cycle of tech adoption and business transformation over the next decade. Fundamentally, the metaverse is creating new experiences that companies could offer their workers and their customers and consumers. It's enabling the opportunity to create new products. It's enabling new ways of commerce, and fundamentally, underneath that, new ways of working.
Right. Now, there are multiple stakeholders engaged. There's deep R&D at work to build the metaverse. It's the intersection of, physical entities and a sensory experience of the internet. So what is the technology? What is the science at work, as we speak?
There's really two basic things that are at play here. And it's really about the evolution and next generation of how the internet evolves. And some would call this Web 3, Web 1 being basic search that we started back in the 1990s, where search engines like Google became the leaders. That was Web 1. Web 2 was social commerce and mobility and other things coming onto the internet. And you had the social media companies and sharing economy companies really take the lead then. And Web 3 is now introducing a new set of capabilities. It's introducing this ability for shared virtual experiences, often three-dimensional, that we think of with the headsets and immersing in these environments. And Web 3 is also enabling this internet of ownership, which is distinct, verifiable, provable identity for people and products. And you combine this ability for shared experiences with this new sense of ownership and identity, and that's really breakthrough. And it's a bigger transformation than we saw with Web 1 or Web 2 in terms of the opportunity ahead.
So who are the people at work building the metaverse? Are they all computer engineers?
Yeah, it's really a broad set of skills you need to bring the metaverse together. It's not just about technologists. This is about reimagining the way that people interact with each other. We've got a metaverse at Accenture that we have 150,000 of our people using now, and it's creating new forms of interaction, new forms of learning. We have neuroscientists involved in understanding how this impacts learning. We have people who understand sociology and how people work. We have designers who are, new job categories, entirely new jobs, like interactive world designers that are just designing these new immersive worlds. You have, you need new skills like token economists who understand the economics around new products enabled by these, non-fungible tokens or fungible tokens, which create the identity and objects and products in the metaverse. So the exciting thing about this is it brings together lots of different skills, and people needed to create it, and it's creating lots of new categories of jobs that didn't exist, just like the internet, prior evolutions of the internet did before it, which is why it's an exciting opportunity for people as they look to building careers around this.
When will the metaverse be ready? Because I hear at Accenture, in the Tech Vision report that you do annually, in the last one, you've said that it's already here. Now, is it here, and is it here for everyone? Is there a difference in the way the metaverse is present at this point of time in different parts of the world?
There's a famous quote from a science fiction author that says that the future is already here, it's just unevenly distributed. The metaverse is already here. We've been doing work around metaverse technologies before it had this label of metaverse for over 10 years. We have 600 patents in the metaverse. We have hundreds of thousands of people working in the metaverse today. So it's already here, and companies are doing things in the internet. Some of the examples that I already gave, or other examples like one of the largest banks that's opening up a metaverse branch. One of the first metaverse automated teller machines just opened up in the metaverse. So tremendous innovation already happening today. And that's why it's here today, and it's going to scale rapidly over the next few years. And now is the time for businesses to get on top of it. Citibank, the global investment bank, has put out a report stating that they believe metaverse will be a $13 trillion opportunity by 2030.
What is the potential worth of the metaverse, given that at Accenture you've been building your your resources, your capabilities in this business, in this sphere? You've been acquiring companies, there are patents, as you mentioned. What is the size of the potential business opportunity that the metaverse provides?
It's the business potential is huge, which is why we're investing the way we are. We announced the formation of a metaverse business group. We're pulling many of our people together into this group. We're investing in it. We've made a number of investments in startups that are very active in the field, because it's important to have that leadership position as you look to it. And again, as I said, it's exciting for our people, the people that we have around the world, including our teams in India, because it's new skills, all these new job categories, new skills that will be built to make this make the metaverse a reality.
So there isn't a figure that Accenture has on the potential of size of the business?
Yeah, we've just been relying on what others are saying about it. So Citigroup is the one who's really put out one of the best reports on it, and they say 13 trillion. Opportunity by 2030. We believe this will be a substantial part of our business. We haven't broken out the numbers specifically, but it's growing fast. It's growing faster than other technologies we've seen before at the early stages, and it'll be part of every digital transformation that every company does. To give you a sense of what the size of this will be as we go.
It's interesting you say that you haven't broken up the numbers. I was just going to ask you, your results have just come out, for FY22, and $61 billion plus of revenues, and the communications, media and technology business seems to be growing the second fastest in terms of revenues. Would your metaverse business and your metaverse revenues be part of this, the metaverse group, the Metaverse Continuum as it's called?
Yeah, that's very good question on information we just put out. So that's very good. Yeah, no, the metaverse, it's part of that, because some of the communications, media, and technology companies are part of. They're in some cases the builders of the metaverse, and we're helping many of the builders of the metaverse build their technologies and build their products. But the application of the metaverse is across industries. One of the exciting projects we're doing right now is for a real estate company that's one of the leaders in in physical real estate today that wants to be a leader in virtual real estate in the metaverse. So that would be a whole different industry than what you mentioned. And that's an example. One of our other really interesting examples is in the utility industry, helping train workers using the metaverse so they can operate more effectively and more safely as they do the work they're doing. So we're seeing opportunities across industry and really across every part of every company.
Right. So the illustrations you've used are real estate and utilities, but are there any specific industries that are early adopters of the technology? I take the point you make that the metaverse will be relevant to all businesses and essential for all businesses, but are there certain industries which will be early adopters and where the use case and the applications will be really very, very clear?
It's a good question. It's very broad, which is interesting because I've tracked this for many, many technologies over the years. It's broader than we typically see with the new technology, but I'll highlight three that are maybe moving a little bit faster. One is in the consumer goods and retail space, because this idea of taking a real product and attaching a blockchain-based virtual unique product to it, a token, a fungible or non-fungible token, is really compelling and creates a new exciting opportunity to extend your customer relationships. That industry has a lot of activity right now. The second would be financial services because of the relationship of the currencies, digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, stable coins, stable currencies, et cetera. And the nature of how they can transform customer relationships. And then the third is the industrial sector, which might be a surprise to many, but given the examples I mentioned, there's tremendous interest in using virtual technologies combined with with manufacturing, with transportation, logistics, and other real capabilities that you can simulate, model, and use virtual interaction to make your real world processes that much more efficient, paired up with the metaverse.
Okay, Paul, I'm going to ask you to pause there because we've got to take a commercial break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to ask Paul what business leaders need to keep in mind when they're making all those massive investments and getting ready for the metaverse. Stay with us.